Hi friends, we are going to talk about comparative advantage theory in interest rate swaps. The comparative advantage theory is given by David Ricardo, but he primarily suggested it in commodities. But we are going to see this same theory in applied in interest rate swaps. Comparative advantages in swap trading is one of the most important topics in swap trading. If you see the comparative advantage arises due to absolute and comparative advantages of certain companies in certain market. If you take an example here, with this example we'll explain how comparative advantage actually works. So company A can borrow at fixed rate 3.5% and floating rate at LIBOR plus 0.1%. Company B can borrow at 4.9% fixed and floating at LIBOR plus 0.9%. The major mistake that happens here is people thinking that in both market A has an advantage. It is true that A has an absolute advantage in both the market, but in comparative advantage, in the case of comparative advantage, A has advantage only in fixed market. Why, I will tell you. If say the difference between the both interest rates in fixed market is 4.9 minus 3.5, 1.4%. If A has similar advantage in floating market also, it should be 1.4% here also, but it shows only 0.8%. So comparatively B has an advantage in floating market. It is said that B has an advantage in floating market and A has an advantage in fixed market. Keeping this in mind, as a banker, we will need to devise a formula so that both A and B gets an advantage and we also gain some profit. So how much profit we are going to make? We total three of us, the bank, A and B, are going to make is based upon simple calculation, that is the comparative advantage in fixed market minus the comparative advantage in floating market. See, now company B can get 4.9% loan and company A can get 3.5%. So 3.5%, 4.9 minus 3.4%, 3.5% 1.4%, and in floating market LIBOR plus 0.9%, here LIBOR plus 0.1%. So the difference is coming to 0.8%. So the total profit that we can make is 1.4% minus 0.8%, which is nothing but 0.6%, which is nothing but 60 basis points. So this is the profit that we will have to make, we can make using this arrangement if we have a comparative advantage in certain markets. So how we'll do that, how we'll make this 0.6% depend upon how we apportion the profit. Here I want to apportion the profit equally between company A and company B. So this is the arrangement I will make. So it is pretty straightforward here. Like company B will be paying LIBOR outside. For the outside market they will have to pay just a second, they'll have to pay LIBOR plus 0.9%, which is a market floating rate, and company A will have to pay 3.5% fixed rate outside. So as a banker I'll get into an arrangement with company A that you pay me LIBOR and I'll pay you 3.68%, and I will pay company B LIBOR and let him pay me 3.72%. So in this arrangement the total gain for each parties will be calculated individually. If you take a party B, let me take B. So B will be paying, we will be getting LIBOR from the bank and he will be paying LIBOR plus 0.9%. So his net outflow is 0.9% here, plus he will also be paying 3.72% to the bank. So total he will be paying 4.62%. So Here the thing is that company B will only be paying fixed 4.62%, but in case he goes outside to get a loan, he'll be paying 4.9%. So he's earning, he's getting a profit of 0.28%. So coming to the next party, company A. So company A is paying 3.5% outside, and is getting 3.68 from the bank, and he is paying LIBOR to the bank. So total he'll be paying LIBOR minus 0.18%. So if he goes outside, he'll be paying LIBOR plus 0.1%. So his total savings comes to again 0.28%. So adding 0.28 and 0.28 comes to 0.56% only. So according to the argument of comparative advantage, we should be getting 0.60%. So where that 0.04% went is what we have to check. That is with this party. So bank is receiving 3.72% and giving out only 3.68%. So bank gains 0.04%, which gives our argumentative proof that is 0.60% in total. So this is how the arrangement works. If there is any comparative advantage in any market like this, we can get a comparative advantage out of this, and all the three parties can make profit. In this case, A has made a profit of 0.28%, so does B, and bank has made a profit of 0.04%. All these profit are riskless, and this is the concept of comparative advantage. Thanks guys, thanks for watching. Kindly comment if you don't like the video. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.